Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Aslan here. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a stock that I'm bullish on. So, if you've been part of the channel for a while, we've talked about this one before, but I want to refresh your memory because it has been some time. So, let's check it out. So, right here, we have a chart of Nike stock. And you're probably thinking, why Nike stock in this age of AI, right? We could be looking at Nvidia or all these hype stocks. Why are we looking at a stock that is near a 52-week low? Well, I personally think it's best not to chase. We shouldn't be looking at something that's already pumped like Palantir or Nvidia. We should be looking at long-term value, something like Nike that can go up, 200% in the next few years. So this thesis is purely based on technical analysis. I have no idea how the fundamentals are doing, earnings per share. That's not what I look at. I always believe that the chart is more important than the fundamentals, and the chart always comes before the news. If you recall, at this bottom over here, before it was a bottom, we had tariffs with Vietnam, and everybody was super scared about Nike, and I think Ackman even dumped some Nike. So that actually ended up being the perfect bottom. And we knew that would be the perfect bottom on this channel because we saw this massive volume area right here, this point of control. And look at that, played out perfectly and came back up. So let me just dive into the technicals. And again, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research and let's get it right into it. So first of all, just from an arbitrary range perspective, you can see we're obviously at the range low, right? If we draw some lines up here, this is our range high. Our range low started way back over here. We're obviously in the value section of the range, right? Anything in this area, I'd say, is value. Now, if we break below the range like this, now we're in a completely different story. Then this information does not apply. But as long as we're holding this insane amount of volume within this range, there's no reason to be bearish on the stock here, right? And at bare minimum, if we rotate to the high of the range, just like down here, we were at the midpoint of the range, we rotated to the low of the range, then we rotated to the high of the range, there's an incredible opportunity here. Because from current price today of $64, if we reach the all-time high, it's a 180% move right there. So a lot of opportunity here. So let's dive into continued technical reasons. So the next one is this area right here was a strong range low of the last 5 or 6 years, right? And you can see we deviated below it, right? A deviation below means we go below it, but then we come right back into that range. You can see this green candle right here, this huge explosive candle right from that range low up. And then what did we do the last few weeks, guys? We retested it. So you can see perfectly came back down to the range. First of all, retested that wick, right? Came back up, did one more retest, but this time of that high volume area, right? That point of control. And you can see we tapped it and then pumped right back up and closed above it. So on this weekly time frame here, we are back above that volume area and we're back in this range. Now, you can see that we've been making these lower lows all the way down, right? So what we can do just on this smaller time frame is we have this trend line right here, like this, right? Boom, boom, boom. You can see on this one, we broke out of it and then we retested it perfectly, right? So that's another confluence that we're holding above this area. So those are the main reasons, right? Volume mixed with liquidity, mixed with sentiment as well. A lot of people are very bearish on this stock right now. And then one more thing to look at as well is on the monthly time frame. At that low, we were very oversold. And even with this large bounce, by the way, from the last video, if you got in, we had a 50% bounce from that last video. You can see that the RSI is still in that deep value zone, right? We're not overbought by any means, and we still have a lot of room to go. Let's check weekly. Weekly, same thing. So with this bottom indicator, it measures momentum plus RSI, and you can see that we're still at that low of the indicator, and we have so much more room. See right here, this one was at the all-time high, I believe. Let me see. No, it wasn't at the all-time high. It was after this 50% pump. We cooled off, and then we pumped again. This one was at the all-time high back here at this high, and you can see there was a divergence, which is what caused that drop. So again, there's plenty of opportunity on the stock. The last thing I want to show you is the log scale view. If we zoom out on log scale, you can see that there is a parallel channel right here. I believe I have that on. Nope, I don't have it on. So let me draw a new one. So from this high to this high to these lows, you can see 1, 2 taps. And now you can see, check this out. This happens on parallel channels quite often, where it'll break below the channel, but then come back above it. And so I believe if we can get back within this channel in the next month or two, that will confirm it, and it'll be very, very bullish. And that means the next tap of this parallel channel would be something like this. Putting Nike around $350 on the log scale around 2028 or 2029. So that's my thesis on Nike. Again, if we break below this, all bets are off. But for me, I'm willing to take a $20 loss to be within the trade in order to get a potential $200+ gain on this asset, especially when people are looking the other way on this stock. I do think that the charts always go before the news, and I think we're going to get some crazy news about Nike, how they've implemented AI, how they're laying off some workers to be more lean. I do think that there's a lot of opportunity in this stock. If you have questions about it, let me know. If you're a big fundamental guy and there's some earning per share value or anything like that, comment below as well, because I'm curious. And yeah, let's see how this stock performs over the next few weeks. We'll revisit it on the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if there's any other stocks that you think are in a similar path as Nike, so I can look at them and we can all win together. Cheers, guys.